Good morning, friends. Oh, I'm so excited today. It's so gloomy outside. It's been raining nonstop all night. And much to my surprise, it still manages to be in the 80s. So it's not as beautiful as I would like. I like to be cold, but it's still lovely. So hopefully the sound of the rain doesn't bother this audio, but I think it'll be fine. I wanted to talk to you guys today about being creatively inspired, what that means to me, and how I set myself up to be able to receive inspiration and listen to my intuition with my business. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump in. Hey, friend, welcome to Deep Healing for Creative Entrepreneurs. My name is Aubrey Barr, and I am a subconscious release technique practitioner and photography business owner. I know you are sick of ending your day feeling overwhelmed and exhausted, and you are seeking a solution to help you feel creatively inspired and actively engaged in your business as well as personal life. In this podcast, we are going to dig into any limiting beliefs or subconscious programs that are keeping you in a space filled with anxiety and stress. This work is not a temporary solution for your life. No, this is a complete transformation. So grab your coffee or tea and let's start you on the road to healing. And let me just say, you can do this. You are worth it, and you are meant to thrive in life and business. So let's dig in. So as usual, I am currently working with a coach for my business, as I always recommend to people and as I do for others, which is just kind of the way the world goes round, right? We're always supporting each other and serving each other. It's a beautiful cycle. So I am working with someone who wanted me to take a look at my business from a different perspective, we'll say, and just ask some questions, just ask some main questions about things that I value, about the products I have out, the services I offer. And this has honestly come at such a great time because the last probably 2 weeks, I've been really rethinking how I do some things. This is how it works, you guys. I'll just be completely honest. For me, how this works, because I am intuitive and I love to use my intuition to be able to shape my business and provide a map, per se, a blueprint that will help me to be able to move forward and continue to grow and continue to attract people that love my work, okay? So for a long time, I had it set up a certain way where I had the one main course, and then I had one-on-one coaching calls that I decided to get rid of. So I was just offering the one course, which I still have, by the way, but anytime I feel like there needs to be a change, I always go to the things that I know have worked and look at it again and say, hey, is it time to change this? See, I don't want to get stuck. I don't live a life where I need to get stuck in the same motions. Just because something worked for me 6 months ago doesn't mean it's always going to work for me. It doesn't mean that that's going to be the be end all. That's why I really hate saying, oh, next year we're going to XYZ, right? Because I honestly don't know what next year entails. And I know that's going to kill so many of you who love to plan, who love the strategy. I don't mind strategy, but I always keep myself open to further inspiration because I can't make decisions today that are going to alter the way I run my business in a year unless it's based off of my value system, which is very consistent, right? So if you have a certain value system and you have a certain, even somebody that you like to serve, your ideal or dream client, that can stay consistent. But as far as packages go, or which direction you want to go in, what you want to see more of, I really feel like there has to be a creative pull to that. There's got to be a direction that my creativity wants to go in. And when I put myself in a box, I stop that from saying, hey, maybe let's try it this way now, or let's shift a bit. We're going to add a couple things in. So I really, really try to let people know that it's okay to make changes. It's okay to be open to whatever comes your way in business, okay? So I wanted to talk about that today because I had a really incredible experience this morning where I am in my sweatpants. It's a rainy day, remember, and I sat down in my new office that does not have a floor. So it's a concrete floor with a towel, with a beautiful pillow on top of the towel and a blankie, my beautiful notepad, some colorful pens, and my tea. And of course, 2 dogs, but never mind. They just came because there's currently no doorknob on the actual door. So it is what it is. But I sat there and I went through my value system. I went through the way my business is set up right now. And I just said, you know what? I am open to whatever inspiration comes my way with my business. And I ended up with 4 pages in my notebook of everything I needed to change. And before you guys get all, riled up about it, I'm still the same person. I still have the same core offerings, okay? I will admit price changes are coming because I'm setting things up a little bit differently. But I also got the direction that I'm going to be changing my branding. And this is where it's most important to me that I listen and that I take in whatever visuals I get from my session with myself. And I'm able to then find somebody to help me create the rest of this. And it's just important to me that the way that I show up online is a magnet. And I'll tell you why. Because I tend to lean more towards a feminine way of running my business, okay? I'm going to get into this a little bit because that's going to bring up some questions. So let me just say that a very masculine business approach would be to be really involved in the sales with follow-ups and with, maybe even sales calls that might be a little bit more pushy. This says nothing about men, by the way, you guys. I always get comments from people that are like, what? Why are you talking about men? I love men. I love my husband. He's very manly. Okay. This is about masculine energy in your business versus feminine energy in your business. And we can have them both coexist. Okay. But the way that I really love to be seen is by women who are attracted to what I have to say. They're going to be attracted to my message. They're going to be attracted to my branding, my logo, what I call myself. I want that magnetic pull to come from my art and my visuals and all of that. So if you are an artist, you'll totally understand this because you put out images that speak to you. Right? You want to share with people those images that are just like, wow, this is totally what I do. This is me. Where you might give a client 30 pictures, maybe in a session, there's going to be a couple of those, maybe 2 or 3 that are like, wow, this is it right here. These are what I'm sharing. And that of course ranges, but you get the idea, right? There's something about them that just speaks to you. That's how important branding is in business. Okay, it has to be something that's going to call in your dream clients. And so as I'm looking at my stuff, I realize I don't really have branding right now because, to be honest with you, everything's been a roller coaster with my business. When I was shifting from doing mostly photography and mostly massage therapy into an in-between as a creative coach, an intuitive coach, I didn't really have time to dig into all that. It was like I was really going with my inspiration, and that's where it led me. And in that time period, that is what I needed to do. And now I'm in a phase where I need to look at my branding overall and I need to reassess things. So that's what I'm doing now. And I'm sharing it all with you, and I'm being super authentic with you guys because 1, you will see changes coming up in the future, but 2, you guys are entrepreneurs too. You have the same things going on that I do in a lot of ways, right? And I know that you understand how important it is. And I want to instill more in people how important it is to follow that intuition whenever it leads you. If you feel a pull towards something, like, let's discover it, let's look into it, let's see what it's trying to tell us. And sometimes it's simple as being, oh, actually, you know what? I really love my website. After I looked into ways of changing it and things going on, I decided that it actually really still does fit me. Maybe that's what it is, right? So it's not always about changing. Sometimes it's about being newly appreciative towards where you are, and the things that are already set up for you. So I want to challenge you guys today. Take this or leave it. I want to challenge you guys today to please set up a time during your week where it's quiet, where you can put on some Hertz music in the background, really connect. I did a whole ritual this morning. Like, it was not even funny. I made it sound like I just sat down on the floor and all this inspiration came to me. But it started last night with knowing what this morning was going to bring for me, and knowing that if I take the time to truly connect, I was going to receive massive answers and massive downloads towards what my business needs to look like in the future. Okay, so starting with last night, I began a mindset approach of preparing myself and being open. I said, I am open to any changes that are coming my way. I'm open to receiving information. I am open to seeing visuals about how my business will grow once I incorporate these new downloads or new information that I'm receiving. So I was starting that last night. Then this morning, I decided I needed to do a little bit more cleaning to provide for that nice creative environment, which we all love. I turned on some music. I did some herb stuff in the air. I put on some essential oils. I had an essential oil from my Reiki Master course where the teacher gave us an essential oil blend that she made herself called Transformation. I put that on me. I did some movement, some little dances where I was just feeling into the music. You guys think I am nuts, right? And I love it. It's fine. This is how I approach it. I had to do the whole thing. I said a prayer, a very in-depth prayer. I made sure that I opened my third eye so that I could be open to receiving everything I needed. These things get blocked sometimes, so I didn't want to be blocked. I don't like wasting my time. I like to fully go into something with intention and knowing that I'm going to get the answers that I need. So if you guys feel inspired by this, I really challenge you to maybe write a letter to your business, okay? Set yourself up. Have a beautiful interaction, a beautiful vibe in your home, or maybe if you want to do it out in public. I'm such an introvert that I prefer to do these things at home where I can just kind of feel into it and not feel on guard because there's people around me. So I chose to do it at home. But go ahead and write yourself a letter to your business. And I want you to address it, dear, whatever your business name is, even if your business is currently, Aubrey Bar, right? Whatever it is. And then I want you to talk about all the things that you're grateful for. List them if you want, or use creative writing. I'm a huge fan of creative writing. I like to tell stories. I wouldn't expect this to be like a massively long letter, but I do think it's good to tap into it this way. And so after you list your gratitudes, then you can get into, where do I see this business taking us? And it's always us. It's the business, and it's me, and it's my family, and it's my clients, whatever, right? Everything is involved. It is never just a one-person deal. It's never just about you. Right? I think we can all acknowledge that. And pure passion and wanting to serve people, that's not just you either, right? That's wanting results for people, and that's wanting encouragement for people. So go ahead and do that, and then maybe list out the things that you can change now. So what is speaking to me right now that needs to be changed? What is speaking to me today that I can do right away that feels like it is absolutely a priority? Right? That would be a really good question too. And I'll list all of these in the show notes. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Let me know what you think about this little practice. My coach had me do it a couple months ago and I loved it. But then this morning I rehashed a lot of it because I knew it was time. I knew it was time to look at a couple specific things. So in closing, just know that things are changing around here. And honestly, it's a beautiful flow. Right? It's a beautiful stage that I get to be in where my business is growing and where I am going to be providing more services and more mini courses for people. If they need individual help, there will be something for them as well. And there will also be a membership program where you guys can join me for a small monthly fee and also get credits towards my courses. So every month, portion of that fee will go directly to credits towards my courses. So just being in my vibration and just being able to share with you guys on that personal business level is going to include just an incredible opportunity to up level and continue growing your spirituality, your emotional intelligence, your energy, and your business. So I look forward to all of it, you guys. And please, as always, let me know if you have any questions. If there's something in particular you want me to cover on the podcast, I'm happy to address it. I live my life in a way in which works perfectly for me, but oftentimes leaves people with questions. And I love questions. I love to let you guys know how I approach things and my perspective. And it's just the best thing ever to be able to share with you guys. So I appreciate all of you, and we will talk again soon. I hope this podcast spoke to you in some way. If it did, please go ahead and leave me a review and subscribe so that I know you're enjoying what you hear. And further, if you know somebody else who owns their own creative business and struggles with anything that we spoke about, please pass this on, because it is my hope that we will be able to build a community of like-minded individuals who love on each other and appreciate the many facets that make our creative business so unique. And lastly, check out the show notes to find my free Facebook community and other useful links to work with me. All right, friend, see you soon.